The top section, let's look at the first one. It says 3 y equals 3 cosine of theta minus, and we're going to put a 90 there instead of pi over 2 because you like degrees. Okay? So the first thing we do is we find our A is 3, our K is 1, our C is negative 90, and our D is 0. So the top section is what we did yesterday. The amplitude equals 3. The period equals 360 over K, which is 360 over 1, which is 360. The phase shift equals negative C over K, which is 90 over 1, which is 90. And the vertical shift is D, which is 0, or none. Questions there?
Should we write that on our paper?
Yeah. So in the first three, we have to write a sine function, and it gives us some information. So it gives us the amplitude equals equals 7. They like 7s in this exercise. The period equals 540 degrees, which is 3 pi, right? The phase shift is 180. So your amplitude is 7, your period is 540, your phase shift is 180, and your vertical shift is negative 7. Okay? So the way I do it is I look at the amplitude as A, so I have a 7, so I already know that. I don't know my K or C, but I know my D is negative 7. So we need to find the K and C, which is the hardest part of this exercise, but it's not a big deal. So when you look at period, it's 360 over K equals 540. Everybody see that? So now we do 540K equals 360, and 540 divide by 540, and you get a fraction. K is 2/3. Now we have to go on to find the C. Phase shift is negative C over K, which is 180. They told us the phase shift is 180, which is pi. And so we have negative C over 2/3 equals 180. When we cross multiply, we get 120 equals negative C, so negative 120 equals C. When you multiply 180 by 2/3, you get 120. And when it's negative, it's negative. So we've got here a minus 120, and that is my answer. Well, y equals. So number 31 says that the amplitude equals 3.5. The period equals 90 degrees. The phase shift equals 45 degrees, and I'm converting. And the vertical shift is another 7. So this one they want y equals a cosine, because the bottom ones they want cosine, K theta plus C plus D. Okay? So I know my amplitude is 3.5. Let's put him here. And now we don't know the K or the C, but we know the D is 7. So put him there, and let's find the K and the C. If the period equals 90, and period is 360 over K equals 90, then K equals 4, because 360 divided by 4 is 90. So we know that's the K. And if the phase shift equals negative C over K, and we know that K is 4, 180 equals negative C, so C equals negative 180. So we put a negative 180 here. And that is your answer to number 30.